Labour faces revolt over asylum shake-up as ministers row back on jewellery seizure plan. Labour's flagship attempt to overhaul Britain's asylum system risks unravelling amid a mounting backlash from within the party, as ministers were today forced to distance themselves from reports that migrants' jewellery could be confiscated on arrival. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood has billed the package as the most significant reform for a generation, drawing inspiration from Denmark's hardline model. Under the proposals, the route to permanent settlement would be extended from 5 to 20 years, with refugee status reviewed every 30 months and individuals returned if conditions in their home countries improve. But the plan has sparked fierce opposition even before its full publication, particularly suggestions that the UK could mirror Denmark's controversial jewellery law, which allows valuables to be seized from undocumented arrivals. Home Office Minister Alex Norris faced intense questioning on broadcast rounds this morning after MPs reacted angrily to reports that personal items such as wedding rings might be taken from Channel arrivals. He insisted that, of course not, would such items be seized, adding, "If someone comes over with a bag full of gold rings, well, that's different to what I said about the heirloom." Mr. Norris suggested that identifiable assets, such as e-bikes, could be taken to help offset the billions spent each year on asylum accommodation. One government insider cited the case of an asylum seeker reportedly driving an Audi and receiving £800 a month from family abroad, while also accessing taxpayer-funded housing. "That isn't right," the source said. Other measures being considered include tightening Article 8, right to family life protections under the European Convention on Human Rights, and limiting the number of appeals available to those refused asylum. Ministers have also imposed visa bans on Angola, Namibia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo for failing to cooperate on deportations. However, the Home Secretary's stated moral mission, to restore confidence in the asylum system, has triggered a wave of dissent on Labour's own benches. MPs accused her of attempting to mimic policies associated with Reform UK, with some branding the measures disgusting and performative cruelty. One minister is reportedly on resignation watch. Tony Vaughan, the Kent MP and former immigration lawyer, warned that the rhetoric surrounding the reforms encourages the same culture of divisiveness that sees racism and abuse growing in our communities. Former Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell echoed his concerns, while several colleagues signal-boosted the criticism online. Sheffield Hallam MP Olivia Blake called the plans deeply concerning, arguing that years of hostile asylum policies had succeeded only in creating fear, chaos, and unnecessary suffering. Liverpool West Derby MP Ian Byrne accused ministers of a desperate bid to outflank reform, warning that voters were unlikely to be won back by such an approach. In the Commons on Monday, Ms. Mahmood came under direct fire from her own party. Nadia Whitcomb, MP for Nottingham East, said the Denmark-style policies were dystopian, and questioned why a Labour government was ripping up the rights and protections of people who have endured unimaginable trauma. She asked the Home Secretary whether she was proud to be receiving praise from far-right commentator Tommy Robinson. Ms. Mahmood expressed disappointment at the characterization, insisting that the reforms were born out of necessity. "We have a problem that it is our moral duty to fix," she said. "Our asylum system is broken, and the breaking of that system is causing huge division across our whole country." Despite attempts by ministers to downplay some of the most contentious ideas, the scale of the internal rebellion raises serious questions over whether the package can survive intact, or whether Labour's efforts to toughen border controls will continue to be overshadowed by conflict within its own ranks.